is, yeah, it can be pretty neutral in most of matchups. So it's no surprise that both players would favorize going over to Pokemon Stadium 2. So let's see how this first game pan out, shall we?
Yes, indeed. Looking, again, one thing we're going to have with Super Striker and this with Sonic as well, going to utilize that high speed to play a very kind of defensive game to try and get a chip away consistently here and there. Keep that distance and close down when it's affordable to them. Palutena is just going to be trying to look for the ability to just command space with those active hitboxes. Try and maybe chip away with any of those projectiles. You see the homing attack obviously is very, very. It's got a few hitboxes. It can kind of like stop people in their tracks, especially when the nature of Sonic's spins being a little bit vulnerable. But that said, the back air does take that first stock for Super Striker, so it does have the lead with only 63% on it.
Only 63%, showing how commanding he has been with his movement specifically. That back air he found thanks to good usage of this movement, good conversions through that movement. He's gonna make it back. Yes, he does with the homing attack. Nonetheless, he's actually willing to take some risks to get back, which, considering how high those percents are, is always quite a gamble.
At this point, yeah, this is the thing, right? When it comes to playing against Sonic, is yes, you can tank some hits, but when they get into this, into this more defensive mode, just trying to keep their distance, it becomes difficult to, take these stocks out. When they have the lead, it's very easy for them to play that game. If I have the lead, you have to come to me. That said, a very nice aggression coming out from Super Striker, trying to get this edge guard regardless of that high percent, regardless of what I said. And that said, as well. Explosive Flame connects, stock taken, and yeah.
Keep moving on, Nimbi, because it's still going, and Super Striker is still going. Those off-stages action are actually quite scary, and now that he has the lead, Super Striker is willing to go at it. And it's quite interesting, because now that he has the lead, you would expect him to just sit back and let the clock running, but no, he's actually using this lead to actually act second, to actually react to what a Nimbi is going to make, to actually make that comeback happen. And through that, because of that high speed action and this movement, he's able to just get the answers going. And still at it, actually. He's still going at it. Managed to get back. Almost gets the roll read. Sitting very, very, very nicely into that corner.
Neither player at this point being able to kind of find that big connection they're looking for. I called it homing attack earlier, it's the aiming reticule, but never mind. The forward smash does come in. It looked like that was maybe a drop shield. Perhaps Nimbi was trying to get in there with some kind of punish. But the kind of the lean back nature into that forward smash, very, very powerful.
Yeah. One would argue that Sonic's forward smash is one of the best in the game, which is why Super Striker has been very generous with how he's going to use it. With due reason, because right now this is the one that took this second stock, and still he has the lead, he has the advantage, he's making something happen. Alright, 46%, but the counter is gonna put a stop to that momentum that Super Striker is taking.
Yeah, trying to get that ledge trump going on, but I feel like maybe that was a bit of the old online goodness. Couldn't quite find the timing there. Upbeat to immediately get out of that tricky situation that Super Striker had found himself in. Excuse me, another trade of a forward smash. It seems like a back air as well. I think I couldn't quite see the attack, but it is one stock apiece. 88%, 110%. Super Striker is fiending for that stock, trying to find it. Dash attack comes through. The defensive nature of that shield coming through as well to keep Nimbi safe, but has a lot of work to do to make it through. You can see that Super Striker is playing a much more aggressive style here, just trying to stay inside a specific zone, and yeah,
definitely
not letting go of the gas.
not letting go indeed, but beware because those accidents can happen. If Nimbi managed to intercept Super Striker within his trajectory, within this committal options, he might make something happen, but not quite. The auto reticle was a one back air, two back air, hits the Converse shoes, gets the stock, and takes very solidly this first game.
Well, super nice as well because, like, you know, I was talking about it earlier, how the auto reticle can kind of like stuff out, you know, things, you know, like, you know, the spin dashes and stuff from Sonic here and there. But, you know, he's been doing these kind of like these short cancelled spin dashes to try and bait out the auto reticle, because it does have quite, you know, a long cooldown. So, or at least ending, end frame. So kind of, you know, being able to bait it out, jump over the particular aim that it has to get that final back air in. Really nice decision. Noticing that was kind of what was coming out from Nimbi, just trying to stuff it out. You can't if I stop it early and get into a better position. So good stuff from Super Striker.
Absolutely, and right now you can see these bans from Super Striker. He does not want to go to Smashville. He does not want to go to Yoshi's Story. So we are getting back to our favorite stage, ladies and gentlemen, Pokemon Stadium 2 for the second game.
Yeah, I think Nimbi's pretty confident on here. Not anything really major that went wrong. Essentially, just, you know, didn't end. Yeah, I don't think it was a stage issue for Nimbi, or, you know, a stage, you know, boom for Super Striker. Just didn't win that particular game. Well, what can they do in another one? Maybe if it goes 2 for them, it might change. But, you know, that was a really nice bit of play. Loads of these kind of like follow-up attacks coming out from Super Striker, just being able to connect. That said, these stray hits coming out from Nimbi are putting in dividends. Or giving dividends.
Definitely. Yeah, quite evenly matched so far. Super Striker managed to get something happen with that back. It tries to make something happen off stage, but Nimbi, recognizing that dangerous situation, immediately gets back on stage. Homing attack, however, he does not stop. This Sonic is going at full speed. 125% now, 144%. Gets that forward smash and gets that first off.
Yeah, that was not letting up. You know, there's a bit of spin dash trickery as well, going back and forth, not allowing Nimbi to really find the moment into that homing attack, then just kept that pressure up, came straight down, got Nimbi off stage, and then, or at least close to stage, into that S smash confirmation. That was just you know, aggro. That was just really aggro play.
Yeah. And you know what? I could absolutely understand why Super Striker would go for that. He wants to get the lead. He wants to make Nimbi approach so he can react to what Nimbi does. As you could see in that first game, those auto reticles was a bit too much. He manages to bait them. He managed to see that explosive flame within that range that was a bit too dangerous for Nimbi. And yet, Nimbi still makes something happen. He has the positional advantage right taken out of his hands by Super Striker right now.
Yeah, I think maybe there's a little bit of over-reliance on these projectiles currently, but again, it's one of those things where it's kind of tricky to deal with the speed, you know, with just the general buttons here and there, but Nimbi just needing to find some kind of inspiration as another, you know, spin dash into forward air will take that next stock, and another 2-stock lead. Super Striker's pace right now is just very haunting. It is, you know, a thing to fear currently.
Definitely that stop and go style is making waves so far. You can see how whenever he has an opening, he is willing to go. He does not stop it. He knows when to recognize that things might be a bit too much. Even there, you could see that the forward smash maybe would have been a bit too much, but he was confident on his DI, confident on his ability to survive.
Pace just keeps up, and, you know, Nimbi just trying to find some sort of stray hit, but, you know, it's not going to end here. Like, after this stock, you've still got to get through another 2, so you know, tricky stuff. There is another explosive flame, and then the forward tilt does come out. I think it was forward tilt. Okay, dash attack will finally take it. Man, it took way too long to get that one. There's a lot of work to be done, but, you know, if Nimbi can just get some form of, you know, the strings, you know, these Nair strings that we're used to seeing from Palutena, to just rack up as much percentage as well, and maybe get a more inspired play off the ledge, maybe to try and get a spike. But you can see these back airs just controlling so much space, and there it is, another one. That will be enough. Okay.
That will definitely be enough Super Striker. Whenever he has that momentum going, it is so hard for Nimbi to stop him. And it might be because Nimbi has yet to know at which ranges he is safe to do the things he wants to do. Those explosive flames, those auto radicals has definitely been the bane of his existence, because whenever he wanted to zone, whenever he wanted to play that far away game, Super Striker would simply just like press left and right and just get inside that range and not letting anything happen on Nimbi's side. And whenever he would go, he wouldn't stop.
Yeah. There's also this kind of like consistent shifting between these two phases as well, of kind of like, you know, having the space being open and using it as a way to kind of like, you know, tease out options and tease out decisions, and then mirroring movement for movement, you know, trying to stay within this zone, kind of constantly being like there, never breaking space, and then opening it up at, you know, whenever it's kind of like helpful to Super Strikers. So far, it's been an absolute clinic of, you know, these kind of like multifaceted nature of Sonic's pace. But Nimbi needs to find something. So far, I haven't seen them really kind of like put in. Well, yeah, I haven't really seen them, you know, come to the point that we kind of want them to do to kind of like challenge Super Striker right now. It seems very, I wouldn't say one-sided, but it just seems very commanding for Super Striker.
Definitely, which I believe that Nimbi can make something happen if he manages to get a better control of those ranges, like the control of of the center stage. Because if you stay within that Pokeball, if you stay within that range, it might be a bit easier to react to what Sonic does. Even though it is online, this is definitely the thing he has to look out for, reacting to the trajectories that Super Striker chooses to approach, especially early on in those stages when none of the players have a lead that is quite consequent so far. Yeah. And as you could see, like right there, like even if you had to be away, really away, like across the stage from your opponent, might as well stay within these ranges and not risk getting your burst bubble exploded. Right there, he managed to get one throw, he managed to get another one forward throw to leave him off stage, managed to get a bit of a gimp with the auto reticle, but not quite the neutral for the edge guard.
So something happening a little bit there for Nimbi, just being able to get these grabs off and just kind of having a bit more say in that close range game. But Super Striker, again, trying to get that aggression off stage. Forward tilt does come out. What's going to be the edge guard? Goes for the, yeah, just like steps off, tries to then go high because of that speed, allowing it to get the catch. There will be, you know, I think just managed to get under the. There, okay, that's very nice. See, wait, what? Yeah, that is right. Yeah. That is right. Okay, yeah, I was gonna say. Normally you'd see a Palutena go for a back air there, but opted for the up air to catch a jump over attempt, or like a spin dash over. So that was really nice. But there was a trade regardless. I thought that for a moment that Nimbi went down, but that was a very nice decision on up air. That's what I thought happened. But yeah, that was. Man,
that was quite good actually. That was like lightning in a bottle decision, and unfortunately cut right short because of the jab that manages to get Super Striker his forward smash right after. Still, he has some kind of lead. He has the positional advantage. He can make something happen if he manages to not let Super Striker get in. Again, this is his mission. However, that tech chain is going to lead to several damage already, almost 80%.
Connect, you know, throws out, presses the auto reticle button. Nothing happens for it, but distance being enough. But yeah, I just feel like at times Nimbi is allowing Super Striker just to have the space and have, you know, let him build his approach and his start. Maybe that's kind of what, you know, Nimbi needs to do, but I feel like sometimes there's a little bit too much is given. Try to catch with a forward air, you know, the active nature of those frames kind of nice. Does get the down air, tries to go for some kind of, it looks like, almost looks like teleport play there, but there's the grab. Right. And you can see as well, yeah, I felt he was also learning from his decision, so he faded back rather than trying to jump over. Air Smash does come out and takes that stock. How will Nimbi retaliate quickly to get this stock before the pressure starts building?
Yeah, again, it's going to be an uphill battle, especially now that Super Striker has the lead. Again, you have to be very careful of those trajectories. He charges the spin attack almost to the max, the spin dash, sorry, and tries to make something happen. He wants to make a good lead before losing that stock, because 130%, absolutely anything from Palutena could kill.
So far, there hasn't been too much trading going on. I mean, Super Striker hasn't landed a hit on Palutena, and vice versa, really, but... Super Striker on Palutena, Super Striker on Nimbi, rather. You know what I mean?
Very good patience from Super Striker. Actually, if you notice, like, he does not, still willing, like, to sit back, even though he's across the stage, not let anything happen. He knows he has the lead, so he knows he shouldn't be committing to anything at all. So if Nimbi chooses to not interact with him, that's fine for him, actually.
Yeah. 2 minutes left on the clock in game 3. Nimbi's got some work to do if they want to stay in there on the winner's side. Dash attack will eventually come out and will eventually take that stock. It has a very strangely high, vertical knockback, that move for what it is. Okay, there's the grab. Nice DI away. Can't follow up with anything, not even a forward air.
Again, trying to make something happen, and again the patience. Almost 1 minute and a half left on the clock, and still the Super Striker does not want to take any risk at all. Now that he has the position advantage, maybe he's going to be doing something. That forward smash is going to touch the forward air of stage. Was amazing from Super Striker, taking everyone by surprise. Nimbi the first, and just like that, clean 3-0.
Yep. That's definitely the whole point of Sonic, I guess. That ability just to inject a little bit of pace into any situation. It felt like, maybe Nimbi had an opportunity to to recover, but Super Striker just upping the speed onto that section, getting off stage really quickly, rising fair to connect very early and get that stock. Nimbi being cut down quite well there. That means that we do have Super Striker going through to top 8 as well. Having a look over there. Yeah, so that means that Super Striker will be playing Luigi in his winners semi-final. Then we've also got Siski and Freeshock on the other side. However, we do have some replays to go through thanks to Red Bull. Let's have a look at some highlights from that last set.
Let it rip, Red Bull. That was, Super Striker was managing to get so many cool back airs there, so many good coverage. It was very cool to see. And that forward smash. Yeah, just run up and do it. Interesting trade that was, but yeah. So yeah, that was also very cool, like the jump over to get that, Yeah, it's definitely a hard matchup for Palutena if she wants to play her game. She definitely has to adapt to what Sonic does, because if she just try to play like that textbook Palutena style, it's very hard. It was actually very easy for Sonic to make something happen. But see, this kind of adaptation is what Nimbi needed most. Those kind of reads definitely managed to get him some stuff.
Man, that forward smash is a sick joke. So here we go, yeah.
One of the best in the game.
Spin dash there into forward